once again. The green flag waves at the back, and we wait for the lights to come on and go off, and we burst into life once again. Here we go, Red Bull rookies race 2 in Austria, and it's a great start from all of the front row. And looking at Marcos Uriarte, the number 89 there.
On lap 1.
Well, there we have it then. Colombia leads a Spanish duo. Then we have the Thai rider, Tachikon Blasby, still there in 4th place, buoyed by that podium back in Germany. He's riding that wave of confidence all the way to the front end of the Red Bull rookies. How great would it be to see him get a first victory in the class as well? Looking back from...
Got at the inside, took the lead, but it's not in the lead anymore for Uriarte. It's Tachikon Blasby, and I think David Munoz, yes he is, falls alongside and makes the move stick before they've even got into the corner.
It looks like Ivan Ortula made another great start up from 11th place. He's in this leading group as well, just behind yesterday's race winner of Daniel Munoz in 5th place as well. Ortula, they're going to come across the line once again to complete lap 2. Is it only lap 2 or is it lap 3 now? I've lost count already. 15 laps to go. That's what matters, and it's the fastest lap of the race so far from the man in 5th, Ivan Ortula, that finished
the Grand Prix paddock, but no one really ever listens to that.
No, it's a surefire way to make sure someone is going to overtake you at the very next corner, and Ivan Ortula just stuffed it up the inside, I think, of Danny Holgado there, and Marcos Uriarte going wide too. Tayo Furusato, the rider who was indicating there, just off the back of this again. But look at that, number 7, Daniel Munoz, still in 5th place on the chase of Ortula and David Alonso, yesterday's other podium finishers. Who was the fastest that time around? Ortula once again, but he's looking a bit squirrely under...
He did dwarf that bike, so thankfully for Ortula, he moved up to the Junior World Championship on the Moto3 machine.
With his dominance in the 4 races we had at Qatar at the beginning of the season, he was moved into the rookies and he won his very first race back in Magellan.
So fair play to the number 5, but he's going to have a bit of a problem with David Alonso pulling out the slipstream up the inside into turn 3. Here we go, who's going to lead? It's looking like David Alonso, and is Blasby going to go from P1 to P3? He is.
So we'll be seeing some track limits warnings coming in very soon. We got some already for Eddie O'Shea, the number 8. Then we got Sho Nishimura, also got a track limits warning, as has Bartolome Perrin, the number 39. So will we be seeing any long lap penalties as we look at Matteo Bertelli making an audacious move up the inside of Daniel Munoz? Ivan Ortula's shaking his head. He didn't really approve of that one, but
makes the move stick. He's back up into 5th place now.
Yeah, that is awesome stuff from both of those guys. Holgado doesn't want to let this lot get away. They did have a couple of bike lengths of breath, breathing space for a moment there, but he's on the chase once again. I think we can appreciate the Red Bull rookies. There's a lot of toing and throwing, a bit of a yo-yo effect. Riders, little group getting away, then they come back, they might get away again with as we see, wow, that was very Farioli, good, but O'Shea, Nishimura and Perrin as well. So there you have it then, confirmation for Alex Mian, exceeding track limits, long lap penalties off the back of that group there. Will he have seen it that time around and go straight through it? So playing it fairly quietly once again, staying out of trouble is Daniel Munoz. He now wants that second victory. He goes up the inside of both David Munoz and Tachikon Blasby, keeps it on the red and white paint, and well, he finds himself now in 2nd position. Tayo Furusato in particular will be listening on towards turn 9. David Alonso with that clear track in front of him could take whatever line he so fancies through this downhill right-handed. How wide they run. How big is this leading group now? It's all the way back down to Marcos Uriarte and wow, Alex Mian. You really do not want a long lap penalty because he's shuffled all the way back to 15th position. Goodness me. So yesterday's race winner, Daniel Holgado starts to get a little bit more frantic. Those who really want those podium positions start making their way towards the front. We've got the Thai rider needs to be careful once more. We see Munoz shaking his head as he comes out of turn 10. Across the line they come. 5 laps to go. The gap is now 2 seconds. This could well be David Alonso's race to lose now.
I think it is, if he doesn't make any mistakes.
He's not really got an answer for David Alonso, but has he even got an answer for Tachikon Blasby, he was only a 10th or so slower than Alonso last time out, and he's all...
I say lead group, it's the battle for 2nd, but we'll call it the lead group. Yeah, he's got Daniel Munoz's podium hopes vanished.
Yeah, quite right. As we see Tayo Furusato,
So in the title race, the gap from David Munoz, to remind you, is 9 points so far to Alonso and 27 to Holgado, and that's only going to...
He go way wide. Well, he needs to be careful with that. He has got a track limits warning. The run down towards turn 4 is Furusato, but is it? It looks like Ortula, 24, is into the 1st position of this little group, 2nd position overall. Where did he come from? Furusato's been pushed back to in Red Bull Rookies race 2 in Austria. Oh, David Munoz, he gets it all crossed up. That could be his hopes of second fluffed as he tries to get back into the slipstream. What happened there? They were all so fortunate. And flashbacks to Germany, Elliot. Standings, we come at turn 6. This race is very much his. As we come into these final
When the podium is in the bag for anyone, though. Holgado currently leads. Ty Furisato going up the inside.
Oh, not quite though.
No, not quite, but Holgado's leading the way. This is vital, and then David Munoz making his...
Feeds over to the right, but will it be Munoz? He's diving up the inside, but Boisserie going for second position. Come on, Tatacorn, you got my support, lad. Holgado on the inside again. Who's going to get it? But we can take nothing away. Who has rocked to victory here? What a sensational ride from Alonso. And Boisserie's done it. He's got the second podium. Podium for Thailand in the Rookies Cup. And David third place from Holgado. Furisato 5th and Ortela in 6th. Wow-wee.
Another breathless race in the Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup. What a race from the number 80, David Alonso. The second half of the race, he just edged out that gap. Didn't make any mistakes.
6 days or so to recover anyways. They'll be back on track next Friday. Only one thing, we're getting underway with podium ceremonies, and how about that for some variety in the into the side pocket of your rucksack where you normally put your water bottle.
Not going to hit highlights.
We're going to go to the results first, so let's take a run down through these. David Alonso, your race winner. 4 seconds back then, Tatacorn Boisserie from David Munoz towards 7th and 8th in the standings following their long lap penalty. Failed to comply with the long lap penalty. Behind them, Alex Mian, who served a long lap penalty earlier on. He finished ahead of Luca Lunetta, Mario Aggi, Filippo Farioli in 12th and Sho Nishimura in 13th. Scott Ogden was, despite, I think I read he's got a broken hand or something. What's that done to the standings then? David Alonso, 166 points. 18 points back is David Munoz. Danny Holgado, 43 points back. Is that insurmountable in the Championship? 9. Alex Mian, 10th for Mario Aggi. Ty Furisato moves up 2 places with that finish. Colin Fire, who I'm informed is sadly out with an